it's always an act of bravery. You always step off a cliff when you perform. Sometimes the drop is only 10 feet. Other times you realize that the drop is a mile. So, but you're always falling. So, certain plays always take you out on a limb. I remember doing Quentin and After the Fall. Just emotionally, that was a very difficult play for me because of where my life was emotionally at that time. There were just too many parallels, and I was really concerned about sort of losing emotional control in the rehearsal process, that the pain that the character was experiencing during the play would become mine, and when that happens, you might as well just stub your toe in front of the audience. They then feel the actor's pain, not the character's pain, and it doesn't work at all. So that was difficult. When I was 8 years old, I went to see a production of The Diary of Anne Frank, and it was in Frankfurt, Germany in the 1950s. And it was the first time that that play had been performed in Germany. And I went with family friends who were German. And I really didn't know what to expect. I didn't know that much about it other than what my parents had told me about the story. And it was a large theater in a large city, Frankfurt, and it was full of Germans who had not really talked about the war since it had happened. Certainly not about what had happened to the Jews. In fact, in those days, the textbooks in the German schools were pretty much blank between 1938 and 1945. So it was a very touchy subject for the German people. And watching that production in that situation and experiencing the absolute silence afterwards, and then gradually, bit by bit, the audience began to sob, and until it was a deafening noise of racking sobs. It was actually a little frightening for me, but I was absolutely astounded by the power of what I had just seen. And I couldn't get it out of my head. I thought about it over and over, and I wanted to go back to the theater to see more plays and experience them. And I think I've spent my entire career in the theater not looking to re-experience that, but trying to get in touch with that kind of power between the performers and the audience. I think it depends on the kind of actor. I think there are lots of different things that can make a particular kind of actor good, but some essential qualities are concentration, imagination, and energy. I think those three, however they're manifested. An old person can have a lot of energy, but in a different way than a 19-year-old. What I think it boils down to is the ability to understand another human being so perfectly that it seems as if you cannot be separated from them. The process of acting is something that just delights me in every aspect. I love the first day of rehearsals. I love working rehearsals. I just love it all. Actually, I love rehearsals more than performances. Coming to the theater every day and trying to solve a problem that we haven't been able to get to for the past couple of days, and then having a breakthrough, and then, that's how the scene works. Those are wonderful moments. Accept who you are. Trust yourself. And work hard. Realize it's going to be a really, really hard profession. You have to work very, very hard all the time, so make sure you love it. If you don't love it, you're not going to enjoy it because it's a lot of work.